difficulties.
Yeah. So our internet provider is owned by Richard Branson, if you know who that is. So he's
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and
Virgin,
they've
right?
recently, yeah, and they've recently gone bust. So the internet over the last few days hasn't been working. It seemed
they
all
went
right
bust.
today, but yeah, Virgin as a whole has gone
fucking buying
bust.
his own islands and fucking
Definitely.
yachts and sluts and shit, you know?
Yeah, serves him right.
It'll be the
Bastard.
fucking downfall of man, you know what I'm saying?
Serves him right, fucking tight bastard. But
Yeah.
apologies for the delays, man, but we should be good to go from here. But how are you anyway? You good?
Perfect, man. Yeah, you know, fuck, it's strange times.
Very.
But I'm so fucking happy I live in Canada, man. Like,
Yeah, things
we're just like
aren't
dealing
too
with the
bad.
problem so much better. I feel like we care about each other more, and plus we have less people, and you know what I mean. It just like it's like I'm really like proud to be Canadian. You know what I mean? Like with what's going on in the world right now.
I can imagine, man, and things aren't too bad, like in terms of the virus in Vancouver at the moment. Is that right?
No, it's not too bad, and like we really like when we started, like the numbers we have, like we're just like really like it's not going up too you know what I mean? There's a few more every day, but compared to like the other provinces, we seem to be really doing really well even too, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Canada, I think, is like doing well as a whole, and it all like attributes to like we have a fucking medical system put in place that's for the people, you know what I mean? Not to fucking make people rich, like.
Yeah.
It's like if you get sick, you get fucking treated. You know what I mean? Like it's in the States, they're trying to figure it out all, like, you know what I mean? Who's gonna fucking make the most money off this shit?
Yeah, it's
Here we're just
similar
trying
here,
to get
man.
the care to the people and get all, you know what I mean? Get everything in place so we can do the testing, and you know what I mean? And like, and I really feel like here, I mean, you know what I mean? I've been out, and it's like some people are just like fairly, you know what I mean? There's going to be ignorant people in every culture that just like don't give a fuck, you know what I mean, about other people. But I feel like here, like it's a fucking special, like our festivals, we have like drug testing and like, you know what I mean? It's like we all know we're going to do it. Like we have like safe injection sites like here, like it's just like we rather like deal with the problem than, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like we take care of each other better here. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of, it's like a, you know what I mean? Kind of known. And then it's like, okay, let's do our best to like social distance and do what we have to do to like, you know what I mean? Calm this down so we can get back together and shit. And like, it's been hard for me, man. I'm the hugs guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, and I like own a house in like pretty close to like downtown Vancouver, like a East Van, it's called, like about a like, you know, like a $15 cab ride, which would be like £5 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, and I always have like parties of like so many like different groups because like I'm an old dude and I started like singing in a death metal band and then like played in a punk rock band and then like had like a fucking kind of variety show. And then I started like battle rapping and then ended up just like kind of running the league or whatever, you know what I mean, out here. I kind of like found my spot. I don't think it was like, you know, I don't think like I wasn't good at battle rapping, that's for sure. But I was one of those people like it's that watches it and like, oh, I could do it, you know what I mean? And then makes some like stupid like gay jokes and shit and then fucking goes and gets smoked. And then I was like, oh, okay, wait. And then, you know what I mean? I just learned. I did it a couple more times. Like I battled this girl, Jules Z, was pretty good. And then it was just like I started helping out with the division, and then just kind of like through networking, I ended up like being the person at the time that, you know what I mean? I didn't even really want to host, to be honest. I just wanted to kind of help out in behind the scenes. But then I was doing all the work, and you know what I mean? I just someone had to host, and then but now it's like I love the hosting the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Kind of
it
like,
comes across, man. You can tell that
yeah,
you
yeah,
love it.
yeah. I like it's a crazy story, and it's all from battle rap. I had like it's like I met people through battle rap, like basically my brother now, like Cole. He was like he would come to he was one of the first battles in Vancouver. Actually, he battled Cody the Catch.
Okay.
He was Catch 23 or whatever, and that's Cole Brownstone. So he got me like the Caribou sponsorship back in the day. So we would hang out, and then like Shoddy Horror had stayed here, and I got like Junk, my buddy Junk, and them on a like he had managed like Northwest Division and like rapped a bit, but was taking just managing. So we got like them on a track and kind of shit, and then he just talked me into coming to Shambhala, this party we have out here that's just like it gets nominated like the greatest party on earth like over and over again. You know what I mean? It's just like the place I said where they test all you can test all your drugs. They have like if you're too fucked up, they have a sanctuary where like they'll like lay you down on the couch and a nurse will hang out with you and like you know what I mean? They nurse you back to the party and shit. It's like crazy, bro. Like but it was just like it like changed me, and then it was like a good friend would do. Like his sister was like the camp mom of the camp we stayed at, and the
Okay.
first year there, like Sketch Menace was there, Scott Jackson was there, like beatboxing, a bunch of like, you know what I mean. So I had like kind of a battle rap friends to hang out with there too. And then
Nice.
but Cole's sister, I ended up like dating her for 3 years after Shambhala, and then she just like changed my life. Like it was like I went from fucking stacking chips and pumping lips to give hugs and spreading love. You know what I mean? It's like I couldn't say that other shit anymore because it was like it would disappoint her, you know.
I like it, man, but
And it's
yeah,
crazy. Like she ended up leaving me for her best friend who's a girl, and she wasn't lesbian before, and it's like the second girl that I've like that's left me and then been with a girl after. And like they're still together, and like she's one of my best friends. It was like, you know what I mean? I loved her so much. I wanted her to be happy. Like it doesn't matter, kind of
no,
thing. You know
I
what I
get
mean?
that.
But she
I
like
get
really
that.
changed
But
my life and like introduced me to like a whole different scene that, you know what I mean? That I brought. I was like almost gonna leave battle rap. I was like, I gotta go like spread love to the world and shit. And then Willie's like, I can't do this shit without you. Like, we'll use battle rap to do it. You know what I mean? And then I'm like. And then like Love Force started, and that's kind of like where we're at. Now I'm like trying to market that shit, and like I have like an order. I'm doing like Love Force Army shirts and stickers and shit. Cause like when I was a little kid, Kiss was like my favorite band, and I used to have like a Kiss Army shirt. And like my
okay.
mom took me the original 4 in grade 3 and shit. So it was like, you know what I mean? It's like some life changing shit. There was always like, and really like why I've been like so much involved in all the music and everything is like my mom dragged me to all the concerts, like the ones I wanted to go to and the ones she was going to and didn't care I was coming anyway. You know what I mean? Like I saw like
Nice.
Gordon Lightfoot and all kinds of shit. It's crazy. And my mom, like when she was young, she saw like Hendrix live and like, fuck, it's nuts.
That's crazy, man. I would have loved to have. Would have loved
Yeah,
to have
I
seen
know, I know. So
Hendrix.
it's like I have all this like this fucking history of music and everything, and then it's just like I don't know. I'm like in the place I am, and like so anyway, that's the link to like kind of like I remember like getting the Kiss Army shirt when I was a little kid, and it made me feel like I was like um you know what I mean, like part of Kiss, you like more than just a T-shirt. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the vibe I want to give off. And then like the one I'm going to launch now, I'm going to take like 50% of all the profits and then put it towards like the first show we have back once all the shit's over. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I can
nice, man.
hopefully like make some big matches and have like, you know what I mean? There's like certain people that I've had here that I want to have back too because we had so much fun. You know what I mean? Outside of the battles.
Yeah, of course. And
Because like I said, I have my own house and then I have like a couple spare rooms. So usually I'll have like, you know what I mean? We have people from out of town and I try and pick like my favorite ones, you know,
yeah,
to
just
stay
to
at my
make the
house.
event more fun as a whole, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And then and that's kind of like I feel like that's the brand I've built out here. And that's why like sometimes I can talk people into like you know what I mean? Because we don't have I haven't had like pay-per-view money or anything like that. I'm kind of working with. Hold on, I'm just gonna talk while I clean poo here. My dog's getting old here, so I think she's about to. Yeah, lots of cleaning poo and pee lately, so but.
Sad times,
Still
man. I know that
eating,
feeling.
but you know what I mean. It's kind of it sucks too, because my mom bought me a house like to be with this dog. It's fucking crazy, and I've kind of used it as my meeting place for like King of the Dot and everything. And like I say, we built a brand out here that it's like people just want to come and hang out. You know what I mean? They heard
Definitely, man. And
how much fun all the parties are, and like you know what I mean. Just the culture out here. It's very like I don't know. I kind of live my life like it's more important for me to make the people happy around me than myself. And then in turn, it just like makes myself happy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. And it comes across, man, like the even just as a fan, as an outsider looking in, like the footage that comes from King of the Dot, especially in Vancouver, is
yeah.
It just looks like an incredible atmosphere, man. I really, really want to get over to an event there sometime.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had Frankie Fraser was here the last event.
Yeah.
He was fun. He actually stayed at my house.
Nice, man. Yeah, Frankie's a great guy, and it was so cool to see him come over there as well. And the G Show battle was great on both sides.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah, and he's like a new guy that we're trying to like bring up. You know, I just got to carry my dog outside for a second. It's gonna be back in like a minute. Okay.
No worries, man.
Okay, 2 seconds. Coming with me. You're coming with me. Come on, you got it. You got it. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I'm back.
Nice, man. But yeah, just the Vancouver scene as a whole, like at the moment, the leagues that I'm kind of following the most are yourselves and iBattle, just because
iBattle, yeah. I love Lex, man. He's like one of my
amazing
favorite guys in this shit.
Yeah, man, and just
We've
the
always like
vibe
felt
at the
the same
event.
about what we had to do, you know?
Definitely, I can see that. You know, it's the
Like
vibe at
build
the
new
event.
talent, like the old talent. All the old talent's great, but it's like we need to build new stars eventually. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't. Eventually, they've all battled everybody.
Yeah,
It doesn't have as much story, you know what I mean? It's bringing in new people, and I just feel like Lex is very good at finding people that you're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's very original writers and stuff, you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, man. I agree, and
And
I
now
just enjoy
he's
like,
doing all the talent for Smack now.
yeah, I've seen that. That's crazy, but
So apparently Ellipsis is going to battle on Smack now,
that would be incredible.
representing the Northwest. Yeah, I know. So, and he was asking me about like some of my other homies we have to convince from out here too. But yeah, I'd like to. It'd be pretty exciting to see Ellipsis on Smack. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
of
about
course,
time
man.
that if Smack really wants to be, you know what I mean? The guy, it's like you have to include everything. I feel like anyway. I feel like that's what kind of set King of the Dot apart for a long time was that you know what I mean. It doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter like who you are. You don't have to be like gangster and shit if you're, you know what I mean. If you could be the nerdiest fuck if you got bars. Like
That's
three-eyed
all that
flipper
matters.
babies will take if you got bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I completely
But I
agree,
feel
and
like that's what it's like. I feel like I hope like battle rap. You know what I mean? I feel like it can still get bigger and bigger. It's like I feel like all these small leagues and stuff. It helps like just find all those. You know what I mean? Those people. I feel like I still feel like there's going to be like a Michael Jordan or something that's going to come. You know what I mean? Some
definitely.
young guy that's just going to fucking like freestyling, fucking writing, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whole
I can
package,
see it too.
image, the like, you know what I mean? And be able to, it almost is too, like guys like look at like Eddie I and shit. Like fuck, his music is fucking like some of the best shit in the world.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
Like I
agree with that.
spin it all the time, you know what I mean? And it's like, and he's like battling. That's like true MC shit to me. And he can freestyle and shit. It's why, like, I don't know if you know my homie Junk from out here.
No, I don't think I
He's
do.
he used to be, he battled. He was like one. He was him versus Young Hungry was like one of the first battle from Vancouver
Okay.
ever. And then Cody the Catch and my buddy Catch 23 that like I fucking like basically my brother and shit. So um yeah. So who's I sorry, that was a big blunt. I just forgot who it was. Oh yeah, Junk. Okay. So he's like he used to like battle back in the day, but he's just like his music and all his music is starting to pop and like he's like one of the best freestylers in the world. Like he'd always put on the freestyle shit out here. Like he went on Pat Stay's interview thing like last
Okay.
week and just freestyled for like a half an hour straight. Like just like it's crazy. Like
Fuck,
one of the
man.
best in the world, like no question. Like crazy multis freestyling like just over and over. How does he keep like he'll go online like once a week sometimes like a lot now and just like he just like freestyles for like half hour 45 minutes. It's like
That's
so
crazy.
and then he also speaks Italian and German and can freestyle in those languages too. So like he'll go on tour with like Snack in Europe and then like you know what I mean? He's like Italian and then starts English and they're just like whatever and then he starts like freestyling in Italian and they all go crazy, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
really
how
cool,
does
man.
this guy know this? Like yeah. So he's like nuts like and he's my homie and I just been like oh it's like pushing plus his like work ethic is like he's like he drops like a fucking mixtape every month and shit, you know what I mean?
Crazy. I'm
Like
gonna
it's
have to
just
check out some of his stuff, man. I don't think I've.
yeah, Junk. You check what was Together in Pieces. Junk Together in Pieces. That's like one of the videos is like crazy. Like this rapping and shit's nuts.
Right.
But then
Yeah, I'll
there's
check
a
that.
few I'm in a bunch of his videos too. Like the Fuck the Rules one, he like that was like we were out one night and we are at this show and it was like a bass show, but the guy like sang metal. Fuck, I forget his fucking name. But it was like, but it was like kind of at a like rave kind of spot, and then all these kids, there's all these metal kids, and they start like moshing, and they start just like kicking kids out, and I'm like, so I like flip out on the door guy or whatever, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do you know what you booked here, motherfucker? Like, they're trying to have fun. Like, leave them the fuck alone. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, Junk's watching me or whatever. And then, like, he sees me like kind of yell at the guy, and the guy's like kind of like sorry, the door guy, and then like goes away, and they kind of like leave the kids alone. And then Junk looks at me, and I'm like, fuck the rules. Like, I'm like, and then like later on, we like partied that night, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, if like, I don't like harm anyone or anything. Like fucking anything I want to do in my life is like, if you have a rule, I can't do it, and I want to do it. I'm not harming anyone. Like go fuck yourself. You know what I mean, right? So then he was just like, oh, I'm writing a song about that, and then like he wrote a song about it. Like I'm in the video, my car's in there, shit too. It's pretty dope.
Nice, man. That's amazing. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
have to check out some of his stuff. But like,
I have a few like a lot of the like the local rappers and shit. They'll be like, fuck, can you know what I mean? They a cameo from SPARKA is always a good look in your video. You know what I mean? Because
definitely.
I'm like the real deal motherfuckers like want to rap about. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm gonna like I'm working on a song right now that's that kind of like a metal and rap thing with some homies or whatever. I don't want to
Okay.
give too many details, but it's gonna be like crazy. It's like like fucking like the guys that fucking tour the world and shit from town. You know what I mean? That like been my homies forever. Like I say, I started like in a metal band and then I played punk rock and all this shit. But like and I've rapped and shit. But I'm gonna like rap on this shit. But and then I was hoping to do like I want to do some kind of like I'm gonna do some rap that's like I don't know if have you listened to like Dirtbag Dan, that Death Dealers shit.
Yeah, Death Dealers Anonymous, right?
Yeah, it's super dope. So like I had an idea of doing like a love dealers kind of thing. That's like the opposite, you know what I mean? Like
Nice.
instead of like putting you in your grave, I'm gonna like pick you up and stitch you up, and, you know what I mean? Get my style or whatever. Pick you up.
I
I
like
love
it,
that
man.
shit though. It's so hard hitting, but it like gave me this idea. I'm like, I could have like some, you know what I mean? Like get some fucking cool guests on it and shit. They want to spit about nice stuff because I feel like that's kind of my like my deal a lot around here with like the rappers. I'm just like fuck spit the truth and spit. You know what I mean? It's like everyone doesn't have to be fucking talking about fucking shitty drugs and fucking treating women like bullshit and stuff. You know what I mean? It's
No,
not.
agreed.
You'll find out it's like not what real life's about. You know what I mean? When
Definitely,
you
man.
get
No, I
older, you'll
agree.
like look back and be like, fuck, what? Because I'm always like, fuck, what would my mom think and shit? And like my mom's you know what I mean? Like I had a stepfather and a father both like passed, and like my mom and my uncle are the only ones left, but my mom's been the one that's always been there for me no matter what. And it's like, what would I like? You know what I mean? Like if I treat my mom would like slap the shit out of me if she seen me treating women badly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
I'm like,
course, man.
I'm like try to be a protector or whatever, and it's like I have to protect her too. You know what I mean? How's she gonna feel if like you know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah,
No,
so
I get it, man.
whatever.
And
Love
yeah,
force, baby. It's like show love or get fucking punched.
I like it. No, it's
Be
a good
nice or
attitude, mate.
else.
And
Fuck. Like that's the people like you know what I mean. People that treat women badly. It's like it makes my fucking hair stand up on the back of my neck and shit.
yeah, no, I
That's why
like
like people know me. It's like a lot of this. Like I have a lot of parties at my house. It's like me and like 8 girls and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like girls hang out there. I don't make them. You know what I mean? I'm like, and then if like weird dudes come around, I make them feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. It's weird behavior in general, isn't it? But like,
Sometimes, yeah.
I
Just
need
like the like super male dominant. I don't know. It's just like I I had enough of it in my life. You know what I mean? But it'll still come out in me if I'm trying to protect someone. You know, that kind of thing.
yeah, no,
That's
I
kind of where the
get
love
that.
force is. Sometimes people are like, ah, they're like, fuck. You know what I mean? I start getting like super gangster and shit, and they're like, it's not very love force. I'm like, no, that's the forced part. It's like they're not showing love. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's like that because I really believe like love force is like I believe like the human race can level up and we can like have world peace and like we can create like clean free energy for the planet and like you know what I mean? That's when I feel like that like aliens and shit will want to communicate with us. You know what I mean? When it's like they look now and they're like, fuck, they have everything yet they fucking still kill each other. It's just the fucking stupidest shit. And push
It's a
down all
good
the, you
way
know what
to
I
be,
mean? It's
man.
like
I rate it.
there's enough in the world to fucking share with everyone. Like right now, if we stopped building shit, we could like with what we have already. You know what I mean? And I really feel with this virus, it's what the message is trying to send us. Stop fucking like treating other life like fucking trash.
It's a good shout, man. No, I rate
Consuming
the
everything. Fuck. Like now the Earth's
love
starting to
force
breathe
movement,
a
man.
little. It's nice, you know.
Yeah, and I need one of these love force T-shirts, man. I hope you can
Oh yeah.
post those to the UK because I'll be buying one of those.
Oh man, yeah. I'm like I said, I want to use it. Like I have ideas for a bunch of things, but I always want to like do like every drop is like 50% goes to something that's like to like change the world and make it a better place. You know what I mean? Either like I want to give money to like kids hip hop programs, like stuff that creates like clean energy. You know what I mean? All the fucking stuff that makes the planet better for everybody. You know what I mean?
Just investing in the future.
Yeah, and I really feel like for like kids, it's like especially like you know what I mean? Like it's so hard these days. Even like if your family has money, it's like it can be gone so easy these days, and it's like, but you just get put in the, you know what I mean? Work 40 hours a week, fucking. It's just like, oh, I don't know. And especially if you have no money, it's like you have like foster kids or something. You know what I mean? It's like they turn 18, it's just like thrown out into the system. Like, go get a job, figure it out. Like, how does like it's so hard for them to like get ahead to be able to like buy property or something one day, you know what I mean? But it's like, and then you just get in this grind and it fucking makes them like depressed and then they're fucking alcoholics or whatever, drugs or like, you know what I mean? But I feel like art is the only like true escape for people like that. You know what I mean? It's like gives them, and then you get a community you hang out with because you're like doing art or music or whatever together, and then it's like you like build each other up, and then it's like, and then the qualm is like if you practice your art and get good enough at it, and you can make it into a living, then it's like, you know what I mean? Anything from there is like I don't know. I feel like that's, you know what I mean? How to find happiness in life, you know?
Yeah, agreed, man. No, I agree. And like in
And
terms
it,
of yourself though, like what got you involved in battle rap and King of the Dot from the beginning? Because obviously transitioning from being in a punk and metal band, it's a
yeah. And I had a show called the SPARKA show. So so what happened was like, it was on Pot TV, which was like a big weed site or whatever. And I was like, I'm going to make a show about like growing weed and hash and all this stuff. Cause like I had to grow shows and shit at the time. And then I was like, but I didn't want to show my face, right? And my buddy had given me like a La Parka mask because I was like really into wrestling at the time.
ah
And then I was like, hey, I'm just gonna wear this, and so it doesn't show my face. And then I was just like La Sparka, like spark a joint or whatever, right? So then
like it.
I started the show, and I'd be like, the weed shit was pretty boring. So I'd have like some dope tips, but the weed shit was pretty boring. So like I had like a pro skater buddy, and I was like, you want to be on a show? And then it just like kind of like started from there, and it was like he was on skateboarding, and then he put on the mask, and then I'd pretend it was me. And then I started having bands on. They'd be like, "The Sparkers coming to play a song." Like one of them would wear the mask, and you know what I mean? So I had like all these like some pretty big acts and like skaters and shit. And then that was going really well. And then I ended up getting like started doing like fucking around with oxycontins and shit, and got like fucked up on that for a few years, and just stopped doing everything.
Right.
And then it just like, yeah, that was like for about 3 years, and it just like, yeah, it just made my life terrible pretty much. And then I fucking got off them, and it was like, but while I was like high, like, cause I didn't even go out, or I just like hang out by myself and get high, right? Like I had enough money to pay for my habits, so I just sit at home, buy like big bottles, and just like fucking get high by myself. And then but I was watching battle rap and like getting into it during those years, you know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
remember the first, like one of my fans from the Spark show like posted Pat Stay versus um Holohan, and then I was like, what the fuck is this? Like this is so dope. Like, you know what I mean? That was like fucking moonwalking steel-toed boots and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking fire.
Yeah.
And then I just started watching everything and everyone's catalogs, and then it was like, and then I got off drugs, and I was just like, I'd like let the show just like not go on for so long, and it had switched to like YouTube from then. You know what I mean? Like I had 300,000 views before YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it had
Shit.
switched to YouTube, and I wish it, like if I made the transition, it'd be crazy now. You know what I mean? But I just like didn't. So and then I was just like, oh, and then I was just like, I need something. Like I always needed something else besides just like fucking hustling or whatever. You know what I mean? Like to like make me feel like my life has some value. You know what I mean? Or
Sure.
just like I get bored or whatever. So I was watching battle rap, and I was like, I could do this. So like I picture myself like battling Pat Stay in a few battles. Like that's how fucking stupid I was. You know what I mean? Like just like I didn't like understand it as well as I should have. You know what I mean? So like I
Yeah.
went there, but I started showing up at the shows. The first live event I went to was Thesaurus and Ilmac versus Manic and Spite, where like Manic has the death stare
Yeah. Okay.
after or whatever because he's mad they lost in the like 2-on-2 Grand Prix, and then yeah, and then I like Dave Emotions was running at the time, and I just like bugged him enough to like get like I'm like I can do that. I don't have any rap shit, but I can do this. You know what I mean? And talked him into it. And then he like booked me against Ape Yola, who I ended up doing a 2-on-2 with after. That was bad, but he is like my homie, still my homie. Fucking like really talented cat too. Like I wish he rapped more still, to be honest. You know what I mean? But yeah. And then I remember like standing there, and it was like I had there was a few of my friends, like a group of like my friends' wives showed up, and then you know what I mean? And then a couple people, and I remember I was supposed to have this guy who was my homie at the time, who's like not anymore, but he was like just a huge fucking like giant, and he was supposed to come, you know what I mean? So I'd feel like, you know what I mean? I got this giant behind me, but that never happened. So, so anyway, I just remember like standing there and being like, oh man, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? You know what I mean? Right before the battle, there's all the cameras and all these people like I don't know at all, and then it was like it went down like that. It was like I choked in the third, like I got off my shit, but it was like fuck, it was really bad and embarrassing. And like I look back on the content and just like, oh man, like you know what I mean? Why would
Yeah.
I say that shit? But it's like, but I mean, but it was like one of those like I ain't going out like Willie Lump things, you know what I mean? It's like I knew how bad it was, and it was like, okay. Then I kept showing up at the shows and like, okay, give me another shot. Like I can do this better. Fuck this. And then I battled some guy named Endus, and the footage never came out, but I fucking that one I did like better in or whatever. Um, and then I got the battle with the Jewel Z, the girl. Like so, that was like Spite was like this. Jewel Z wants to battle you and shit. I think it was like they seen how shitty I was, and she thought she could beat me from like the real shitty battle, right?
Okay.
So it was like okay, and then I was like, I'm like I don't want to battle a girl, you know what I mean? It's just like, duh. And then I started to think about it, and I'm like, ah, fuck. All right, I'll battle a girl, you know what I mean? And I had some fuck. I was like, any one of you get down on, or any one of you spit one line, she'll be on her knees going south. Hip hop's not dead, it lives in her mouth. And that was like that was a room shaker. And then fucking the type to let sticky fingers get stinky fingers. I had a few good ones, you know what I mean? It's still on YouTube. That one's got like 6,000 views or something. But then it was like, fuck, I'm good. But I wasn't good. It was just like, you know what I mean? And then me and Yolo went and did a 2-on-2 and like got smoked in like out of town and stuff. Fuck, that sucked. And then I just started helping out, and I was like, I'm just gonna like help out, and then I ended up kind of running it. And then like I said, at first I didn't really want to do it, and then it's just like, and then you just keep plugging away at it. And now when I look back on the years, it's like now it's like worthwhile. You know what I mean? So what I
Oh,
like to say to
definitely.
people that like want to give up on something, it's like you know what I mean? If you keep plugging at it, it'll mean so much more like years down the road, you know? Like this shit is like it was never about money. It was like my hobby and a way to like network and meet friends, and you know what I mean? And now it's like I feel like there's now all the avenues are opening up for like the old timers in the game to like make some money doing other things like you know what I mean? Like Dan had a show and people there's tons of music now, like fucking people are killing it, fucking you know what I mean? I'm gonna like do Love for some and like some podcasts and shit. Like um Pat has his shows and interviews and shit, you know what I mean? People are
Yeah,
getting like acting gigs. It's fucking pretty dope.
definitely, man. Yeah, there's so many opportunities coming from battle rap nowadays.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and it's like and it's like the mainstream people, like they can't deny the talent. Like
definitely.
we'll walk into your fucking place and like obliterate you motherfuckers if you're not nice to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like facts. You know what I mean? Like That's why with my buddy Junk, he's like one of the best freestylers in the world. It's like I've been telling people like he's one of the best in the world for like years. Now it's like everyone's starting to listen now because he goes and proves it every fucking time. You know what I mean? It's like I can say that shit because he's never gonna be like, oh no, I can't. Like it's like oh, like anyone wants to rap, like he's gonna be like what? And usually it's like he's had some of the best guys and like biggest like icons in rap in the world be like, okay, man, like fuck, stop, you're too good. You know what I mean? Kind of shit. Like fuck. It's like
Yeah.
no one can keep up. You know what I mean?
Nice,
Rare.
man.
There's a few. There's like Sharon and a few guys. You know what I mean? That's what I really want. And I've had Holohan was like in Vancouver for a couple months, and like we hung out a few times. That was super fun. What I'd really like wanted to do was like have like a house party, and then do like a have like even like have Avo here, like have Junk and Sharon and Holohan just like freestyling at like a house party. You know what I mean? With like cameras following them around all night, and just pick
That'd
all
be
the
amazing.
fucking craziest shit. You know?
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, that's what because I kind of feel like my house is a lot of like, it could almost be the Battle Rap Hall of Fame a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though it's in Vancouver, I have like, it's like, like, I don't know how many, like, you know what I mean? I've hosted a lot of parties here with a lot
Nice,
of
man.
people from all over.
Amazing. And like,
But I mean, that's the fun of it. Like, that's like, you know what I mean? That's what's made it like worth every hour I put into it and every penny and shit is like the like memories, you know what I mean?
of course, definitely, man. And you've had some amazing battlers on the Vancouver events as well. Like obviously
Yeah.
Saurus and people like that have been over, and the
Yeah,
guys that you
Source is my fucking homie for life. Like I got I used to go to Vegas a lot too, and like it was like I'd show up and he'll be like at my hotel room in like 10 minutes with weed and shit. You know what I mean? It's just like good dude. We've had fun here. Fucking that he like every time he comes here, he stays at my house and shit. I find like I find the most of the people I bond the most with are like the West Coast cats. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But that's because I have a lot of the West Coast cats the most here because it's the cheapest flights and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be the most accessible route for getting
Yeah,
people
I
to
think
you as well. So,
yeah. But I mean, fuck, we've had some like fuck. I got like I've had Math, Hoffa, and Big T turned away.
oh shit, really?
Those ones hurt. Yeah, I had Math, Hoffa, Thesaurus booked, and then Hoffa got it's like fuck because he got into to Toronto after that. It was like he said, I don't know. He said the like border guards were being racist, but I don't know. It's fucking. I don't know. They're not. It's definitely harder to get into Vancouver than Toronto, though. I know that,
Right.
but it's like it might have been like he started arguing and shit too. Who knows? I wasn't there. You know what I mean? But it was fucking super disappointing because it was like it was gonna be like our first pay-per-view, and then it went from like pay-per-view to giving it away for free. You know what I mean?
Shit, man.
But that
Yeah,
was one of my
that's
prouder moments ever because I remember like giving it away for free. So like now people don't have to pay, so there's more people watching, kinda. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then that was when Ellipsis battled Copacetic, and Copacetic dressed up as the old man.
Yeah,
Have you seen that battle? Yeah.
I have indeed.
Yeah. It's and I remember like it happening, and then thinking and looking out and being like, just like this is like what my scene is about. You know what I mean? Like more than like gangster shit and stuff. You know what I mean? This is like funny to me. You know what I mean? It was like I was like,
Yeah, I
you know
like
what I
that,
mean? I
man.
was like to have a good laugh and like fuck that was a good laugh.
Yeah, and like that's it's the reason why I love the watching the battles from the Vancouver event so much, just because of the atmosphere in the venue. Like
Yeah,
everyone's
and that's
just
what
there.
people say too. They love to battle here because like our you know what I mean? It's like all the people that run our scene is very contagious because everyone's just like everyone just wants fucking to most people are like friends and shit, and it's like from all the people from out of town, we want to like show them a good time. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's
Yeah,
pretty dope with like
it's
we have smoked out here, so it's like smoked out does some like big events too, and I love the smoked out events because it's like I don't have to do anything. I just get to go enjoy the battles, you know,
yeah, of
and have
course.
fun, and like and then it just like that brings like more people here too, and then it's like then they get a like different taste too, because like most of those battles are in Surrey, so it's like the suburbs.
Okay.
So they'll have like Airbnbs out in the suburbs kind of thing, and then when like I live at mine are in the city, so it's like here, like you know what I mean. You either have a hotel in the city or be staying at my house or whatever, and then those just like different vibe or whatever. Both are really fun though.
Nice, man. I like it. And like the like events that you do in Vancouver, they're more like a party with battles than they are a battle rap event, if that
Yeah,
makes
yeah, yeah.
sense.
Well, sometimes either I've had like lots where I have the after party at my house, but a lot of the times we'll do like so it's on Saturday at this club, the Red Room, who's like it's like my good homie's like dad owns it or whatever, right?
Okay.
So like, but he's been putting on the Saturday nights. He puts on Saturday night like is all like bass music. So all the like DJs that would play like at Shambhala and Bass Coast and all these festivals we go to, right?
Okay.
So every Saturday night he has that, and he has like one of the it's like PK, one of the craziest systems like I've ever heard in a club. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like so I do the battles. So I do the battles like I do it from like 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock, right? And then 10:30 the DJs start, and that goes to like 3 in the morning.
Okay. Nice.
So sometimes it's like good DJs after, and I'll just be like, I'm just like, hey, we're partying here. You know what I mean? So whoever wants to party with us will like stay at the club. Like it's not everyone does, but I've had like Lou Cipher like having the time of his life, and like um So Severe came and showed up last time, and then like yeah, and then sometimes and then I've taken guys to another club where we get like bottle service and shit. It just depends on like who's kind of with me, you know what I mean? And
Right.
what we want to do. But a lot of the times at the club, if there's like a good DJ after there, it's like this that club's amazing. It's like too. It's like there's the alley, big alley there that has like where the Bender piece was. Like I put up that Bender memorial piece, and then some dick painted over it, but it was up there for like you know what I mean, a year and a bit anyway. So. But that would be like so. There's all this graffiti outside in the alley, and then you can just like do whatever you fuck you want in the alley. You know what I mean? And then go in and out of the club kind of thing.
Nice.
So it makes it like, you know what I mean? Everyone's gonna goes outside and smoke weed and fuck do whatever else they want, and then go back in. So it's just like the way it's set up there too. You can I don't know if you can see in the footage, but it's like there's the floor that I do the battles on, and then it's like there's like 3 steps outside the floor. You know what I mean? That go around the whole floor. So there's like a little bit of a level up.
Yeah,
It's
it
like kind
makes
of
it
like
like a
perfect for the pit. You know what I mean?
yeah, it
But
makes
I
it a
mean, if I
proper
do like
pit, doesn't it?
blackout here, like we've been talking about, I'd like to do like we, we want to do, but this fucking COVID doesn't help. But like, you know what I mean? Me and Ganneman talk about for a long time, like to finally bring the big event here, and then so I might have to do it on the stage there though, because it's like, you know what I mean? It'll just get too people in the back won't be able to see or hear it, kind of. But it's like perfect for like 250 people. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But
Yeah,
like
man.
for 500, you want to do it on the stage.
Yeah, I guess so, but I've always preferred the pit format
Pit, I
personally.
know, me too, me too.
It just makes more sense to me, and like you said, with the setup of the venue, it comes out perfectly on camera as well because the pit is like lower than the crowd, so it just looks great. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love that, man. And like out of all the like, I'm sure you've been to a ton of events now, but what would you say that the best battle that you've seen live is personally?
Oh, damn. Fuck.
It's a tough one.
Man, um, like my one of my favorite, I don't know, like one of my favorites was definitely like DDSS winning the Ground Zero title against Step Easy because that was like he was who I predicted to win like in the staff chat from the very beginning.
Right.
And then when we went out there, like we shared a room and like you know what I mean. It was like Team Vancouver kind of or whatever. And I remember like like his intro, like all the Toronto people were booing and shit because like Step Easy from his Toronto. And then he just like switched the crowd and shit. I remember like by the end of like the second round, like Ganek being like, "Oh, I love when people like step up to, you know what I mean, talking about him." I'm like, "Yeah, that's 2-0 already. Like, fuck this." Remember, like after 2 rounds, knowing like it was already in the bag. You know what I mean? Maybe not the best battle I've seen live, but it was like the one that I was like fucking happy to win. You know what I mean? Just for our whole scene and everything.
Yeah,
But
no, I
I'm
get
trying to
that.
think what the best one is. Fuck, I don't. Pigsty Soul maybe.
Yeah,
Like
amazing.
favorites for me because it's always gonna be like I don't know the ones I remember the most are the ones with like our guys in them. You know what I mean?
Of course,
But
yeah.
still, I mean like Arcane versus Pat Stay was amazing.
Yeah.
I remember thinking maybe Arcane could have, you know what I mean? I feel like Pat was like it was just everyone wanted Pat to win so bad it was such a fucking uphill battle for Arcane in that battle.
Yeah, I do agree. I see what you mean, and I
And
mean,
then I think who does that the weekend was crazy when Disaster battled Dumbfounded. It was like his first we it was his first weekend back after all the punching Math Hoffa and then the fucking show in Cali or whatever. Um, who did he battle again? Oh, but anyway, he battled Dumbfounded, and then that weekend, and then didn't show up to battle Sketch Menace,
oh yeah,
so
and he
he
did
did
the
Disaster like on one day's notice and stuff. We went like and got a costume. Willie went and got him costume and shit. And I remember like that's pretty memorable shit. You know what I mean? Like him coming out in the Disaster costume and shit. Like I have a
yeah,
picture of him like outside the limo, outside the like hotel and shit, like going just like fuck that. And it was cool because like Sketch didn't have to go there for nothing, kind of. You know what I mean? And then
yeah,
Sketch and Soul was a fucking amazing battle too, because
it
I was like in
was.
Sketch's corner for that one. Daylight fucking Mad Child was fun. There's a really funny like if you watch the footage of Daylight Mad Child, like because Mad Child were kind of like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? We're all from the same area, but yeah, just like, I don't know. Just like done some questionable, weird shit that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, don't agree with or whatever kind of thing. But anyway, like me and Sketch were in the front there because, you know what I mean? We're from Western Canada or whatever, right? Kind of like standing in front of him. And then there's like in between one of the rounds, he like grabs this, like, he goes in his backpack and grabs this like lip balm and like puts a big thing on his finger and then just wipes it all like over his lips and like you know what I mean? And just like I just remember like me and Sketch, you can see us like we look at each other and like you can't we like it's like trying to like hold back the laughter to not wreck the battle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those moments where you're just like, what is this guy do? Oh my god, we're just like laughing at him in the thing. It's like pretty funny to watch the footage. But that was like and that one was like the teapot line and shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, Daylight was crazy in that.
Yeah, he was great.
And even
Wow.
like, for as much as like, definitely not a fan of Mad Child, but like both the battles he did like he didn't like embarrass himself. I feel like he's done better than pretty much any other artist.
In terms of like the industry artists that have tried to
Yeah,
come over, I definitely agree.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. And like, I mean,
But I don't know.
Thesaurus
Like, fuck,
versus
I had to.
Ellipsis, it has to be up
Sorry,
there, right?
sorry.
No, no
Go
worries.
ahead.
I mean, Thesaurus versus Ellipsis has to be up there as well, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, those ones here too. And like Thesaurus cheddar cheese was dope here too because that was like the most people we ever had at the door. Like that
Okay.
paid. It was like 3:30 or something.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like
great battle
I'm looking
too.
to smash that though. If like I'm looking to do a show and work with Gannick and smash it out here. You know what I mean?
That'd be
I
great
know
to
he
see.
wants to too. He knows he can see the scene is like right. You know what I mean? Like we've put in the fucking legwork. That's for sure.
Definitely, man. Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be deserved. But there's been some amazing battles down the years through the Vancouver division anyway, so it's been
No,
good
that's
fun.
true. Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
really feel like we have some of the best like you know what I mean? Our styles. I really wish I wish more of the like gangster rappers from town would come out and try and battle. To be honest, like you know what I mean?
yeah,
I feel like that, but at the same time, it's like I feel like they're scared because they're gonna get whooped by fucking guys like Ellipsis and Pigsty, and you know what I mean? It's like
definitely.
if you're not on your fucking A game, these guys are gonna smoke you. Even like the mid tiers out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah,
some
man.
fucking, but like the guys like Ellipsis and Pigsty and fucking like G Show and shit, like oh man, it's fucking hard to beat.
Definitely. Completely agree with that. And some great battlers have come through the Northwest Division as well, like you mentioned, with Ellipsis, with G Show, with
Yeah, and
Copacetic and Pigsty. It's been amazing to watch.
yeah, and it's like I feel like I've always like when we spend money, I want to like give people from here a shot. You know what I mean?
Of
Like
course.
the only time we're gonna have battles where it's like two guys from like different cities that aren't this one will be like a blackout or world dom kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's like when I'm building shows, it's like I want the guys, I want to put on the people from here. You know what I mean? And build them up. What else am I spending money for?
definitely. No, it makes sense, man. And it's building the homegrown talent as well in it. So,
No, exactly. And then it's like it's crazy. Like this guy Kai that works for us now. Like he was like he came out to like as soon as he turned 19, he like came and bugged Willie to volunteer. Like I'll take pictures for free and stuff. You know what I mean? And then now he's like copacetic's like right hand man and stuff. And like it's like he was like I remember him like all white like oh this is crazy like that was like I think we had like Marv here that time and like Real Deal and shit. It was like these guys I watched growing up when I was like 14 or you know what I mean? It's just like a kid in the candy store and then it's like he just ended up like you know what I mean? It's like oh you want to help us and it's like I tell everyone it's like there's no money in this but you can make it you can meet a lot of people and make a lot of connections where you could possibly make money like you know what I mean with videography and all that kind of thing and like there's definitely and it's like and if we get to money like everyone else is going to get paid before me so like you know what I mean it's like if we make some money I'm going to share it with everyone so like maybe one day but for
nice.
now you know what I mean get ready to like
Yeah,
just fucking do it for the fun or whatever but I mean with you know what I mean it's like I said I have like lots of after parties and shit like that and I try and make it like fun for everyone you know what I mean
definitely, man.
I
Yeah,
try
and
to
it
make the
comes
I
across.
try to make the after the work part like really fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, man. And I'm desperate to get over there for an event at some point. So fingers
Oh
crossed
yeah,
for
well
the
if you
next
come,
few
I got a
years.
spot for you, fucking at Casa de Sparka.
I appreciate that, man, and it'll happen within the next few years, definitely. But I'm um,
Yeah.
I'm about to do my first ever battle too. So
You are?
hopefully,
That's
yeah,
amazing. For which league?
Premier battles, so Shotty
Okay,
Horrors League.
Shoddy is my dude, bro. Like Shoddy, um, he okay. I my first Gastown event. He was like staying in Toronto, and then Avi was coming out, so he ended up bringing Shoddy with him.
Okay,
And then I was like, okay, well, and then I got the club that we're having the battle raps event. I'm like, they're gonna pay him to do a performance that night too. You know what I mean? I was like, hold on, I'll get you some work, kind of thing. And then
nice.
and then yeah, he just and then he got like super sick. and just like couldn't, like he came to the battles for like a couple battles and was just like had to come back to my house. And then I had like the spare room he was staying in, and he was just like fucking sick for like till he had to like fly back to Toronto kind of thing or whatever. It was just like, you know what I mean, helping him every day, like here's some fruit and like da 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 or whatever. So it was like, and then so like every time he comes to Vancouver, he always hits me up. He always like remembered that, you know what I mean? It was like he's still even trying to take care of him when he was sick. But the last time he came was like he was like just finishing up that rock album he dropped.
Right.
So he like came in like to my house and hung out and like played all that and shit. I love that album. Like it's fucking weird. I'm glad he's back rapping, but fuck, he made a pretty dope rock album, and like I can appreciate it because fuck, I pretty much could like love all music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I
All
love that
styles. If
album
it's
too.
done well, I like it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I love that album too, man, and it made sense for him. Like he's from Manchester where
Yeah. No, exactly, right? Yeah, like Brit pop and shit, right? Rock.
yeah, that sound is Manchester through and through, so it was good to hear him do
I
that.
loved
But
it. I loved it. So, and I just like love him. He's a good person. You know what I mean? He actually like we had talked about me having a team in the Premier Battle League at one time, but it's like just like it's just so the demographic is just so far away. You know what I mean? I feel
it
like
would be amazing to see, but
it would be
it's
amazing, but it would just cost too much at this point, I think. It
yeah, and
needs to
it's
battle
a
rap. There needs to be a little
logistical
bit more
nightmare.
money in battle rap first, you know.
Definitely.
But I would
No, I
love to. I
agree, and
love to like, you know what I mean. I love the English scene so much.
yeah, we'd love to see that, but it is just a logistical nightmare as well, isn't it? So it's
No, that's it. Yeah. And then like, you know what I mean. Bringing your team to like, whoa. Yeah, it's just the flights are so much, and
definitely. But
but
I
it's like,
mean, an event here would say like Northwest versus UK or something. That'd
yeah,
be amazing
amazing.
to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely do a one-off, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'd love to hit that guy up if I miss him. It sucks because like they came and toured here for his rock album, and I was like at this Bass Coast festival, like it's like that I can't miss. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like it was like fuck, man, how you gonna tour when I'm like Bass Coast is on? You know what I mean? I was like fuck, it's like. Can I see if I can? I'll see if I can book you at this festival. Would you drive up there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. So that kind of sucked, but yeah, like I said, I seen him the time before though, before he dropped the album, and fuck, I love the album. He just dropped more rap though, so I think pretty much he could do anything. He's pretty good, you know,
Yeah,
talented
definitely.
cat.
Yeah,
And
I
I like
love
the way he
Shorty's
looks.
music,
You know
man.
what I mean? I feel like he's on this team of like fuck the man. You know what I mean? To like. I feel like he wants to make the world a better place with all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
definitely.
just about money or whatever. We're not about money at all, really.
No, no, it's good, man. And like for yourself, then, so you mentioned the other day that there's some big plans in the pipeline. Is that kind of King of the Dot related, or is that for personal projects, or what have
Yeah,
you
I think
got
more
going on?
the like Love Force thing is like mostly what I'm working on now, and some like art and like I want to do a little like I'm gonna set up a few like either shows or podcasts and shit.
Oh,
It's
nice.
crazy. I have some like I have like old footage of my show I was going through, and it's like the guests I had some on some of the shows. It's like crazy to like because it's like it was like 15 years ago, and then to just see how far they've come and I've come at the same time. You know what I mean? Like there's one I have like it's a homie of mine who was just like I went to like do a show with their metal band that was like fairly like local, and now he like tours the world and you know what I mean, plays like festivals with like 50,000 people and shit. It's fucking crazy. And then
that's awesome.
my other buddy was just like, he was just like running a club kind of thing, like a club night. And then it's like, and then he eventually like he took over like now he owns clubs and has like runs the whole like fat, you know what I mean? Like a bunch of like sneaker stores and shit like that. It's pretty crazy.
Nice,
You
man.
just like kind of get into the culture and get involved in lots of things. That's kind of what I'm trying to do now. I'm like, I just worked with a bunch of my homies for like the last 20 something years, and I just like kind of stepped away from all that. So now I'm just like looking to build some new things, you know what I mean?
Sounds good, man. I like it. And let me know once the podcasts start, because I'll definitely tune into those. But
yeah. Yeah, definitely send all the links for this too. I'll get like a bunch of people to watch it.
Nice. Yeah, I
I do all
appreciate it,
right
man.
on the like, you know what I mean? I did like a little tour of my house, get just on Facebook, gets like 1,000 views, you know?
Oh, nice, man. That's
Yeah.
amazing. But, yeah, and like,
Hey, Shady, get in here. Hey. Oh, dogs are fighting, fence fighting. I got two. I got my main one's son too, so
oh, right, okay. Yeah,
he's
I've
a
got
fucking
two dogs in the
crazy
house as well. So,
boxers, man. They're nuts.
oh, nice, beautiful dogs, though, man.
Yeah. My mom like shows them and all that. So
Oh, amazing.
my girl, the one that's old now, she's almost 13. She was like, she actually like won her class in the Westminster like when she was young and shit, which is like the big show in New York and shit that's on TV every year. It's pretty cool.
Amazing. No, it's awesome, man.
And then I'd take her to like veterans and dress up all like rave and crazy and shit. There's a picture of me on my Facebook with like her at the veterans like winning. It's pretty funny. All the dog show people would like be like, "Oh, here comes." Like fuck, I remember it's like me and my girl at the time, Willow, like stayed up all night and then went to the dog show. Fuck.
That's a brave call.
So I had a wild suit on, you know what I'm saying? You know me,
No,
I'm like, don't I wear some crazy shit. That's
I
been the
rate
fun
it,
of
man.
life, though. You know what I mean? It's like I started hanging out with all the girls, and they just want girls like to play dress up, and fuck, if that's not fun for you, I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, no, I
You
like
know
it,
what I'm
man.
saying?
There's I saw, I can't remember which event it is now, but there was an event where you had like this paisley tracksuit on, and it is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. So
Oh yeah. Oh, I
I
got some
like
new
it.
shit. Yeah, it's been like, fuck, it's wild. Like that's why I really want to get into the fashion game because I'm like, just like a mix of everything, and I have like kind of I have like a lab in my living room with like you know what I mean? I'm always like making glasses and adding shit to whatever I'm like wearing and fucking I don't know. It's kind of like it was like my ex-girlfriend and her girlfriend now like we used to go to this um festival called Camp with a K, and it was like just like an adult camp or whatever, but there was like a kids camp too, so like a family camp, and then it would be isolated, but then it's like a rave at night and like a real camp during the day, like with all like you know what I mean, like soccer and fucking all kinds of like different competitions where like different all your different colored teams compete or whatever.
Right.
But they used to have a craft zone during the day, like for the adults and the kids and everything. And then so like my ex-girlfriend Willow and her girlfriend Tawny ran that. So it was like all the shit would be in my truck, and then you know what I mean. I'd bring everything back to my house, so I'd have all the like craft stuff at my house, like in the living room, and then eventually it'd be like, you know what I mean. I'm doing hallucinogens and like, fuck, I'm gonna make some shit, and then it just fuck one pair of glasses turned into like fucking my whole house looked like it exploded. You know what I'm saying?
I like it, man. I like
But
it.
it's
Yeah.
pretty fun though, and like I said, it's been like it's been a pretty stressful last couple of years. I feel like I'm coming out of that now, but I mean, COVID doesn't help, but
No.
hopefully, you know what I mean, we get past that, and like, but like I said, it's been pretty stressful couple of years, and really the like biggest escape for me has been the art, you know what I mean? Like, just like takes my mind away from, puts my mind in a happy place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when it's done, you like feel like, as stupid as it is, sometimes you feel like you accomplished something, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's the thing, like I said, I want to teach kids, you know what I mean? It's like, there's like, you know what I mean? It's like self-esteem and just like, you know what I mean? Just like doing things and being proud of what you do and not giving a fuck what other people think and stuff is like big. It's like big for like being happy in life.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you, man. Like, I've recently gone through like a massive career change, so I've gone from working in a sales role that made me fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I'm now like a support worker with children that are like in care. So it's
way
been
more rewarding, right?
100%. Yeah.
Fuck the money, right? Like,
exactly. Yeah, I completely agree, man.
It doesn't matter, like, fuck.
It's just it's so much more fun and less stressful.
Yeah, the money is like never gonna be like why I make my decisions, you know what I mean, in life. But I always feel like with Love Forces, what I want to do is like pull the money out of the people who are hoarding it, you know what I mean? So I can go fucking spend it on good shit and help the world.
I like it, man.
Like, if you're not gonna do it, fuck, give it up.
Yeah.
E-transfer, motherfucker. I'll film
it,
and show you what we're doing with it. Make you happy. You know what I mean? I'll take you with me if you want.
I love it, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need one of these T-shirts so I can spread the word in the UK too. But
oh yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a little like build up and shit. It's just like all getting made right now, so it's just like it's good too because it gives you know what I mean? It's like a friend of mine. They could definitely use the work right now.
Nice.
And like I said, I'm just trying to transition to other things, and I feel like this is like, especially with this, is like I can definitely mail shit everywhere, and I can like deliveries, like you can just like, you know what I mean, drop in people's mailbox, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, man, it'd be easy to do, but like
still rocking. This is what we like, and I always feel like it's like I don't like. I feel like religion is just like fucked. I don't like. I don't ever want this to be like religion, but it's like something to. It's just like we need something to replace religion because it's like everyone is tainted in some way. Maybe not everyone, but I mean, there's shit I love about them all, but it's like I don't know. It's true freedom. No one's, you know what I mean. True freedom is like all drugs legal, and like, you know what I mean. The only laws are like ones that, like, if you harm people, then you're gonna get in trouble. But it's like people should be able to fucking do whatever they fucking want, as long as they're not harming others. And a lot of these like these problems we're causing are because like if you just gave these people their drugs, they could be a more like productive member of society, just like people are who like do their fucking pills and shit. They get them prescribed. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like you turn people into a criminal by fucking just like making their medicine illegal. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did for fucking weed for like we're lucky in Canada, but it's still like now it's the government's trying to take all the fucking money. You know what I mean? They don't want to like include the people that actually built the industry. It's like, oh, we're going to make it illegal so we can get paid, or legal so we can get paid. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a fucking step, though. You know what I mean? In the right direction, because that was like one of the most archaic laws in the fucking history of probably maybe one of the worst laws in the history of mankind.
Yeah, and I mean it's
something that's so good, you know what I mean, and fucking put people in jail for it. It's fucking crazy. Like I've seen it make a couple people like I've seen it make a couple people paranoid because they did too much, but like fucking 99.99% of people, I've seen it make them happier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you don't want people to be happy? What? Fuck's the matter
It's
with
fucked,
you?
man. But like, making it legal, well, making weed legal over there anyway is definitely a good step. Like, it's still illegal over here, so
Yeah. I know,
it's a ball ache, but
it's disgusting. And it's like, and it's a lot like, I don't know if you heard that about me. I'm like I've been in that industry for like over 20 years. I'm one of the ones who like push the like, it's like, no, we're going to do this no matter what. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And then it was just like so many people in Vancouver like that. It's just like eventually the system is just like, fuck, I'm not. You know what I mean? They know like fucking cops got fucking brothers and shit fucking in the industry. You know what I mean? It's like they start to, and it's just like they start to like lay off a little. You know what I mean?
yeah, of course, man.
It wasn't always like that, and then eventually it's like then they see all the money in it, and it's like fuck.
Crazy,
But
yeah,
it's like it helps so many people, and it's so much better now because it's like now it's like everyone's testing everything and like really separating, like, you know what I mean? CBD and like finding which, you know what I mean? Sativas, indicas, finding which actually works for you. You know what I mean? Before, when it
definitely,
was
yeah,
all underground, it's like you just hope the weed works. Whatever you can get your hands on works for whatever ails you. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. Like, we've made CBD legal over here now, so it's a
That's a
step in the
start.
right
That's a
direction.
start.
But
But it's like, oh,
yeah,
you can't get hot. Like, fuck. Oh, it's just like, it's so ridiculous to me. It's like the government has like no, like, I'm, like, I believe everything's like fucking, like, I believe like the fucking cartels should be able to go open a fucking cocaine store and like make them fucking businessmen and they'll stop killing motherfuckers. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like you got to start somewhere. And it's like
definitely,
it's like all this fucking, it's like a lot of the people like die from drugs overdoses because they're like they're doing the drugs they think they're doing because someone put some fucking bullshit in it. And it's like if the government took over, then you could go to the pharmacy and get fucking what you wanted. 100%. You know what I mean? Like it's just like fuck. That's true freedom to me. I don't know. I just like, and I feel like the countries like in Europe where they made it like everything's legal or decriminalized everything at least, it's like the fucking crime rate and everything, the whole society gets better.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like, look, it's
definitely.
proven right there. Like, what's the fucking problem here?
Agreed, man. Yeah, I completely agree. And like,
They turn people into criminals, and it's like, fuck. Society to me is like the real like this is how I judge like a country or anything. It's like, how do you take care of the worst fucking people that have it the worst off? Like, do you pick them up? That's how I'm judging you. You know what I mean? And it's like Canada, we could do so much better, but at the same time, like we do pretty good too. You know what I mean? Like we're halfway there.
yeah, man,
But it's like,
definitely.
but it's about like people just pushing the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't. Fuck you. I fucking living like that. It's not
No, I
happening.
get it. I get it completely. And yeah, I mean,
And if you
it's
put me in
definitely
jail, I'm gonna sell a fucking million free SPARKA shirts, motherfucker. You know what I mean? We
and
get the
I'd be
message out
buying one
there.
of those as well, man. I like that. But
Yeah. I don't want one of those, but fuck. I always hope it's like, come on, man. It's like there is no, you know what I mean? It's like that's the shit like that how I feel society should be and shit. But I am not like in my life, like I fucking take care of people and like push love and shit. You know what I mean? It's like it would be like a fucking you don't. It's like people like me shouldn't be in fucking jail
no, agreed,
ever.
man.
You know what I mean? Even if it's like, you know what I mean? Even if I break the law, it's because the law's fucking wrong. I
That's
don't know.
fair enough.
That's the way
No,
I feel anyway. You know what I mean?
I
It's like
like it,
if
man.
I like anytime I'm like violent or anything, it's because like it's like when I was young, I got knocked out a few times, and it was like I deserved that shit, and it fucking made me a nicer person, and I fucking learned from it. And then now it's like I don't pick fights. I always look for like fucking solution and try and calm down the situation. But if it's like if I hit someone, it's like motherfucker, like you deserve that lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I tried all I could not to give it to you, but you made me.
I like it,
And
man.
I feel like that's how people should live. You know what I mean? Like, and I
Definitely.
feel like I know it's like I said, I fucking got knocked out when I was younger because I was a cocky fucking prick. And you know what I mean? Did stupid shit, and when I fucking woke up, I was like, ugh. Like you're mad and shit, but then it's like when you start to really analyze the situation, it's like, oh yeah, that was a lesson for me. I'm gonna try and not be a fucking cocky, you know what I mean? And then that shit turned me into like a happy drunk instead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been in similar situations
Yeah,
myself,
yeah,
man. So I know exactly where you're coming from. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I agree, man. And like with
Life's
yourself,
full of
so
lessons. You just gotta listen. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Sometimes they suck, but fuck,
they do. And yeah,
you gotta
I've
take
had
them
quite a
in.
few of those. But
And I always feel like I always feel like it always comes back around. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like if you're going through some bad shit, just like keep living a like fucking life of truth and love, and it's gonna come back around to you. You know what I mean?
I like
Stop
it,
worrying
man.
about the money and worry about trying to be happy. Fuck. Just like that's the best advice I can give. Fuck.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree with you, man. And like one of the questions that I've been asking people, which I think you'll have some interesting answers for here, but is there like any lesser known musicians that like myself or the listeners might not be aware of that you're a big fan of at the moment?
Yeah, definitely junk that I mentioned earlier. Fuck, I've been listening to Eddie I lots.
Yeah.
Death Dealers. Um, Fuck, man, my shit is great. Like, fuck, I was spinning a bunch of Justin Timberlake the other day, so you know what I mean.
I love it, man. He's one of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all over the map. I'll listen to like death metal, fucking. Like I have a crazy Flair recorded like God Hates Us All album. They did it at like Bryan Adams' studio in Vancouver. And then
Okay.
so some of my homies are friends with him, and they wanted to go to the strip bar, and it was like I knew the guy who ran that or whatever. So like I went to the studio with him, like I was playing like NHL '94 or something, or maybe not '98, I think, with like Jeff Hanneman, and then um, like Kerry King was getting me drunk on like I remember this peppermint vodka and shit. So then I take him to the like strip bar, and we have like our own VIP like in the back or whatever, and they're just buying like trays of shooters, and like I'm just like laughing all night, and I end up getting so wasted, like I just pass out like on the table or in the VIP or whatever. And then my friends have to like carry me like out to a cab to go home and shit. But then it was like, then every time they'd come through town, it'd always be like the guy with the laugh and shit. Like they like put me on the list and shit. Like they actually like we'd like hang out with them and party at the Cobalt and shit. It was cool. Like they were in town for a couple months or whatever, and we were like kind of the metal peeps. So I had some like cool stories with Slayer and shit. You know what I mean? And like Bryan Adams' studio is like retardedly fucking dope. Like it was crazy just to like be in there once. You know?
Yeah, of course,
Maybe
man.
one day
That's
I get to
amazing.
return. You know? This guy's start
Definitely.
dropping some music. He'll have me back. He'll know what's good.
Nice. And I definitely agree with like Eddie I and Death Dealers and stuff. Like I'm listening to them a lot
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
moment.
and
So
Kichi Gotti, like a lot of battle rappers. Like people used to be like, battle rappers don't make good music, and I'm like, well, they're making some of the best fucking music now. I don't know the
yeah.
way I see it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see
And
what.
my main goal really with this podcast is once I've got some more subscribers and stuff, is I'm going to be doing a weekly show of like promoting Battler's music a bit more because I think it's
Oh
so
yeah,
overlooked.
sick.
So I'm looking forward to that.
What else did I got here? Oh, cheddar cheese, the Shea Michael.
Yeah,
That
I like
new
this
one was
stuff.
pretty good. I really liked what that the best is yet to come track he dropped. Just fucking spitting, like he's just talented, you know. And he's like that's a kid who's been doing it so long too, and like this guy like Mikey Mike, I like. He's pretty like super hippie raps. He
Yeah,
dropped
okay.
an album lately. He's not a battler, but trying to think who. Oh yeah, and then I don't know if you ever heard Baby No Money and Young Gravy.
No,
They're
I don't
just
think
kind of
I
like
have.
it's kind of like rat super like steezy rap. And like BB No Money's like the most. I'm pretty sure he's like the most streamed or like most views for like any rapper from Vancouver ever. And he
Right.
just kind of came up on the scene the last couple of years and like passed some of my homies and shit. But
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check them out as well then, man. That's
he's dope. And then there's I like lots of locals. There's like Mercules and Snacker from here, and they're pretty dope. Um,
nice.
Troy Boy, like that's like one of my favorite DJs.
Okay.
He's from England actually.
Yeah, he does
Shotty
like
has a remix with
bassline
him that has
music.
like 2 million views.
Yeah,
I met him
yeah.
actually. I met him at Shambhala. He's playing Shambhala. I met him like in the artist area, and I was like, "What's up? It's SPARKA. Like I'm the gangster of love or whatever, right?" I've been like I'm trying to make this album where it's like every song is gangster love, but every song is a different genre of music,
Okay.
right? And I
Yeah.
already have like a big country star, like Corb Lund is like my homie. He's like big country star here. I like made one of his videos way back in the day and shit, and like so he was like he said he'd probably do it, and then um, I'm making another song, and then I was like, I'm trying to like figure out I want to do a DJ one, you know what I mean? So I was like, Troy Boy, like I want to give like half the money like hip hop kids shit, and he's like, that's dope, and then it was just like then his people just talk to you about it later, and his people kind of like pulled him away, you know what I mean? It's kind of like big star. I gotta like get my star up a bit to like get those guys' attention a little more though, but it's like motherfucker, like I'm the real life gangster love, like man, you know what I mean? Give me some love, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, man. I like it.
It's real. That's my resume. Like, fuck. And I love Troy Boy. Like Mac Miller was one of my favorites. Fucking rest in peace. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
Big
find
fan.
like I had one of his albums like got me through one of the darkest like times in my life and shit. So it was like, fuck. And then I feel like when once he died was like a pretty dark time in my life too. You know what I mean? And then it was like listening to his music a lot. And
Yeah, he's one of my favorites as well, man. I'm with you there.
I've been running back the game too. The game I've been playing a lot lately because the old West Coast shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The documentary is probably one of the best albums ever.
definitely. I'm with you there.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
man.
like I listen to tons. Earth Gang. You ever heard of them?
I have, yeah. I've recently discovered Earth Gang, to be honest.
Yeah. They played at Shambhala last year, and that's like how I discovered them because Shambhala will have a lot of acts where it's like they just play there and then just before they blow up kind of thing. I think they were already pretty big, but it was like Earth Gang, and it's like because Shambhala is just like about the Earth kind of like festival kind of thing. So it was like you know what I mean. It was like he's such a good fit and shit. And then like I've been spinning, they're like super talented. It reminds me a lot of like Outkast and shit too.
Yeah, I can see that. And I recently stumbled across I think the track's called This Side. Um, and yeah, I've become a fan of
Yeah.
theirs. They're really
Yeah,
good.
they're really good. And they were like just like a it's like alternative kind of. A lot of the people like I hang out, like I always say, it's like I have like some really good gay friends and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's like I'll be hanging out with like a bunch of girls and a couple gay guys, and I never understand like people's prejudice. Like even if you're like straight, for me, I'm like, okay, it's like they bring all the girls around and they're not competition, and then it's like, and I got someone to compete with, like to see who has more style. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a win-win if you ask me.
Definitely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that, man. That's a good answer. There's a good list there, and
You know what I mean? People are always like, I don't know. People are just so like, fuck. It's like if you're prejudiced in this fucking day and age, fuck, you're just like I feel like you're so small-minded. You know what I mean?
oh, definitely.
It's just like that's
Um,
what the world is like. That's what I always say. It's like the we're eventually like evolution is like it's gonna be a tanned man, like no matter what. Like it's like love is gonna creep in every fucking corner, and we're all gonna mix. You know what I mean? Like there's no
yeah,
fucking
man.
stopping it. We've met now and shit, and it's like let's just start sharing all our culture now, and like fucking borders are stupid. Fuck.
Yeah,
But I mean, at the
agreed.
same time, it's like I don't know, but there's like some places where people are fucking crazy, but I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like you make them worse with borders. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. No, I'm with you. And like the final three questions on the show are just completely random, to be honest.
Okay,
But
okay, hit me.
are you much of a sports fan, and do you have a favorite sports team?
I'm like, yeah, I'm a huge MMA fan,
Okay.
but like most everything else, meh. But I'd say like if I had to pick a favorite sports team, um the probably the San Diego Chargers or the Raiders maybe.
Okay. Nice. I guess
I
they're
could
they're
say
both West
Canucks too,
Coast.
like our hockey team, but I don't know. I haven't been a fan for. I'm kind of like coming back into it, but I don't know. I was a fair weather fan for a while, so it'd be like bad to say, I guess. I don't know. But I
Fair.
don't know. I should come back to it because it's our team, and like the people like left the team that used to like annoy me, kind of. So we'll
That's fair
see.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair one, man. And
But I love MMA. Like that's my like when a couple of my good homies like fought MMA like just kind of off the street like maybe like 15 years ago ish, and then so I would just like go in the gym and get beat like they needed people to kind of beat on because they were like pretty fresh, you know what I mean?
right.
And then I just like and then we just kind of got a gym and I just like got beat up for a long time and then just started learning, and I'd say like jiu-jitsu and like kickboxing and boxing and stuff, that was like not that I was ever like really good at it or anything, but I learned enough. Like there was like I got good enough at jiu-jitsu, so like I was like 150 pounds and I'd like choked out a like 220-pound guy a couple times. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, this shit works. Like, and it just like gave me more confidence in my life. I feel like it was like, although I like don't do it much to this day, but like the 3 years that I put in, I feel like it just like made it so like I wasn't scared of just to be like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not intimidated to by people because I feel like I could give most people a pretty good go. You know what I'm saying?
Fair one, man.
And
Yeah, I like it.
jiu-jitsu, you learn that it's like there's a reason like Hoist Gracie won, UFC won and shit. It's like that shit is made for like if people don't know what they're doing, they just give you their arms or their neck or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's very easy to grapple with people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But when
No, I
they
can
do
see
know,
that.
then it becomes like hard. But I've actually had like a 5 minute grappling match with Uno Lavos in my backyard one time.
Okay. And
Yeah,
who
yeah. It
won?
ended up just like I had like gassed out or whatever, but I almost got him in a like triangle once, and then a couple. He almost had me in a guillotine. It was pretty fun. Shout out to Uno. I miss that guy. It's funny.
Nice, man. I like it.
Me
And
and him and Paul Rich and Sketch had like the fucking funniest like afternoon after the battles one day. It was like Uno had missed his flight. He
right.
was like, oh, book my like he had to be back, so he's like, book my flight at like it was like a 9 o'clock morning flight. Like, are you sure, bro? Yeah, I have to be back. Okay, like after the battles, then it's like he calls me at like 9:30 in the morning, like still at the hotel. Like, what happened, bro? Like, what do you mean, what happened? Like, fuck, I'm not your babysitter, motherfucker. Like, they gave you, like, cab money to go, like, you're supposed to call the cab, go to the airport, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to, like, sort it out. It didn't end up, like, costing me that much to get his flight rescheduled, but then I had to go pick him up, bring him to my house, and then we just, like, got drunk all day and laughed and wrestled and shit, so it was pretty fun.
Nice, man. I like it.
But
And
fuck
then
you, no, he still, fuck, you know what I mean? He owes me something for that. I think he still owes me a battle, to be honest.
book him. Let's see it. I like it.
Yeah, I know, right?
But
You get him a quarantine one, yeah.
yeah, definitely. Let him get
Yeah.
annihilated by ellipsis or someone. But
Yeah. We'll give him the story and fuck, get this guy.
definitely. But
He cost our division $110 or something.
shit, man.
Reschedule, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck. But if you could pick anywhere in the world for your next trip abroad or your next holiday or anything, where would you go?
Oh, fuck, that's hard. I feel like Burning Man, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's in Nevada,
Yeah.
near Reno. Yeah, I'd like to go to Burning Man. I've never been to Burning Man.
Nice. Okay.
And Shambhala's like the Canadian version, but it's just not the same as the Burn. And I've had like lots of friends go and just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They say
it's
very
huge,
like,
right?
you know what I mean? That's just like my kind of shit too. It's like the money, you can't use money there. You have to barter with everything.
Yeah.
So everyone just gives, you know what I mean? The bars are open, it's free and shit. It's like, maybe you give them a present or give them a bottle or like, it's just like, yeah, it's great. Sounds like everyone I know has gone there really had a great experience. So, but it's at the same time, it's like really hard. I wouldn't want to go there in tent. I'd want to like have a motorhome or whatever, but I'll get
That's
there
fair
one
enough.
year. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah, man. That's bucket list shit, to be fair. I'd love to
Yeah.
do
I've
that
gone to
too.
like, I went to one in Costa Rica called Envision that was really fun. But
Oh,
there it's
cool.
fucking hot in the fucking. It'd be like I didn't go. You don't festival like we would just be. I'd stay. I was at the resort like in the AC all day, and then we'd go party at night at the festival, kind of.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun though. Like lots of Vancouver people, and like we had this like resort with like an infinity pool and shit, like up the hill that overlooked the festival or whatever. It was fun.
Nice.
I definitely like to go back there. I'd love to go. I really want to go to Europe too. Like, I'd love to. I want to visit England. I'd like to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Hungary. Like my mom was like born in Hungary,
Okay.
so I'd like to go visit there one day. I haven't been there yet. That's definitely. But I want to go like I want to figure it out. So I go like maybe go with Junk when he goes on tour next time in Europe.
That'd be great.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I can go see a bunch of places and like hang out with my friends and see some shows and kind of like just get involved in what I love, you know?
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
see it that way.
Hungary's
And I feel like
amazing,
you
man.
get like, you know what I mean? It's like if you go with like an artist like him or even like, um, you know what I mean? Every city there's someone there that wants to take care and help. You know what I mean? You get to see like the better things out of the city. I feel like if you hang out with the locals, I feel like that's why I love doing this because it's like, you know what I mean? When I go to someone else's city, like they always want to try and return the favor. You know what I mean? I feel like it's all to me. I'm like this is a competition, like who can like take care of each other better in their city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
like,
I
I'm
can
like, you
see that.
guys can compete. I'm always gonna win, but you know what I mean. You guys try your best, man. Like, get me some shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like it, man.
Like Cali, I went to Cali, and I was like, yeah, it was like really good. Like I got tons of like great weed and shit, but there was like a few things I wanted that I couldn't get, and it was like, man, I was like, if you guys were in Vancouver, like I'd have this shit delivered right to where you were. in like 10 minutes, motherfucker. Step your game up.
The SPARKA, the king of hosting. I love it.
Yeah. But I mean, but at the same time, like their fucking their show and production and shit is pretty fucking amazing. Like Avo's the god, fuck.
Yeah,
But if you ask
definitely.
Avo, he always say like Dave Daly, who does my like fuck, like he's probably more important to this division than anyone. Like he's done the filming the whole time, even before I was involved. Like for Peanuts and like I don't know, he just like Avo always says like our footage looks like the best after his. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
Or it's
Yeah.
good sometimes. So like yeah, shout out to Dave Daly and like Hip Hop Vancouver and like of course like Willie and Cope like um kind of and then with the Vancouver division like at first Sun Real he's like a huge hip hop star actually. He like hosted the first few events and then I believe Manic took over. He's like one of my homies still. And then Emotions took over from Manic, I believe. And then I took over from Emotions. And then like I've had it the whole time, but it's like a lot of the time it's been like it's Willie. Like he's booked most of the shows, and then Cope's been booking lately all the shows. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
And it's just like, and then I do my part by like hosting, and then like you know what I mean, getting people like some sponsors. Like I got the club connect. You know what I mean? Kind of things like that. We just kind of all work together. I always feel like a team. You know, work makes the dream work, and I was never scared to like. You know what I mean? The shit can get really stressful, so it's good to like have other people and other minds and like kind of help you out. And like I said, we always just like if there's a problem, we'll like find a solution. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm not. It's like it's something like I love this thing, but it's always like you know what I mean. This thing is like meant to be like to keep getting handed down to the people who are like gonna take the best care of it. That's what I feel. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, man.
Because
I
our
love that.
language is one of the most important things we have. You know what I mean? I feel like this is bigger than just like saying mean things to each other. I feel like we're proving to people that you can get in front of someone and say the worst fucking things to them and still not resort to violence. What the fuck's wrong with the rest of you bozos? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then we'll stop and we'll have a beer. A lot of the times we'll have a beer after and make a fucking friend for life, to be honest.
I love it, man. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about as well. So,
For sure. And I feel like that's why I feel like, you know what I mean? It's gonna get bigger. I feel like maybe not UFC big, but because UFC is easier to understand in every language, you know, but then there's battle rappers battling in all kinds of other languages too, so
yeah, man, definitely. And the the final question, which has brought up a couple of terrible answers, to be honest, but
uh-oh.
what, in your opinion, you can pick one sweet and one savory, but what are the go-to munches?
Munchies?
Yeah.
Sweet and savory. Okay. Fuck. Oh, think right now. What do I Sweet, I'm gonna say Oreos,
Nice. Good call.
but for like, but also there's a um like a vodka iced tea out here they make called Hales.
Okay.
That's that's something I like that's sweet too, but and fuck savory. What fuck I don't know, man. I eat a lot of omelets.
Okay. Nice.
But I don't know, like fuck I love like I just kind of like cut down on eating meat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say like I love steak and shit, but like I haven't had one in like 2 months.
No, I'm similar, man. I eat meat,
I'm
but
trying to
my
listen to the earth a little, right? You know what I mean? I feel like this might have started from like torturing animals a little bit, you know?
I'd like to go vegan, to be honest, but I don't think I could handle it full time.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying like vegetarian first, and then I'll eat Like I had salmon the other day. I'll have like meat maybe once a week or something.
Yeah, I'm similar. So my
But my mom's been
girlfriend's veggie, so
pescatarian all my life, which is pretty crazy.
yeah.
Before, like,
Pescatarian I could do easily, I think.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what at first I was like, I'm just gonna do that, and then I made some halibut one night and I just couldn't eat it. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's the Earth's trying to tell me some shit. And then it was like, and then I gave, you know what I mean? It just like, and then I gave my dog some instead, and then she got sick off it. It was like, okay, it's telling me something.
Right. I
And
see.
then I was just like, hey, but then I've eaten salmon since then, so I don't know. Fuck, it's hard. I think I want to get to like where I'll go fishing like once a year and eat that shit for the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And I
like it.
think because we used to do that, it's pretty plentiful out here. You know what I mean? If like you can go out in like a day and max out and have enough fish for the year kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Vancouver just it looks beautiful, man. Like I
Yeah,
need to get there.
it's a special place. I'm lucky. Like I was like born and raised here, so yeah, it's crazy. And my grandpa ran like UBC Forestry, which is like the big university's like forestry department.
Okay.
And then my grandma volunteered at the planetarium, which was like the where they show all the space shows and stuff. So it was like my grandpa would take me to like the anthropology museum, the native museum, like all the time on the university, and then like take me like in the anywhere like in the bush, like I could point to something, he'd tell me what it does and why it's there, and kind of like, and then grandma would take me to like the planetarium to see the space shows. It was like, and then they'd take me to the Arbutus Club to like learn to skate and swim and all. It was like I spent my weekends at my grandparents. I feel like I learned more there than I learned in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Now
I
that
can
now
see
that
that.
I think about life, you know what I mean? It's like so I'm like forever grateful for that. I'm like very like yeah, I'm very lucky. Like in my it was like, and then my mom was like she got remarried to like my uncle's best friend when I was younger, and then he was a lawyer, and then his whole family was lawyers, and then I was like kind of like on the honor roll and like going towards that, and then I like discovered weed when I was in high school, and then just started selling weed to the whole school, and like got expelled like 2 years in a row. And then it was like I knew what I was gonna do already, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So like I wasn't going to law school, so my mom was just like fuck it and just went to law school and like became a lawyer in her 40s or whatever. So yeah, I have a pretty crazy family. And then my uncle's like a DNA scientist. He's like working on another cure for like another cancer right now and shit. It's pretty crazy.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, and so it's like, but I'm like, so like my family's like super brilliant and shit, but it's like I'm always like I just like I didn't I didn't learn like I learned to be smart mostly like off the streets and from culture and shit. You know what I mean? It's like so I'm always like I've done different things, but I still feel like I've done well at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice,
And
man.
it's like so you know what I mean? I'm like pretty happy and like I've like I've become more well known in my 40s than any other time in my life. You know what I mean? Which is pretty crazy. And like I said, with my battling, it was like I think my first battle was like 39, and I was like, I remember thinking, like, fuck, if I was younger, I would do this. You know what I mean? This shit's cool, but I'm like too old. And then I was like, fuck, what? Yeah, like I only live once. Like I might as well try it. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like I look young or whatever, right? And then like it led me to here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Really like changed my life and made my life better. Like all the people I met through it and stuff, and like really helped me discover the person who I really wanted to be. I feel.
Yeah, it's an amazing journey, man, and it's been fun to watch as an outsider as well. So
Yeah, yeah. And like I always say to people, I'm like I went from like stacking chips and pumping lips, like that's so obnoxious, to like giving hugs and spreading love. And like I guess like a few events ago, like Jason Momoa, Aquaman, right?
yeah,
He came to our event to like see me and like to watch the event. But the thing was like he thought the event would run later, so he showed up at like 10:15 or whatever, just after our event had finished.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? But he still stuck around and hung out and for the rave and shit for a bit. You know what I mean? But he basically I was like hanging outside after the event. A cab pulled up. He like got out, like put his arms in the air, and he's like, "SPARKA, like what's up, man?" I'm like, I like look over. I'm like, "What's up?" And just like, okay, is that Aquaman? You know what I mean? Is
What
that
the
Aquaman? And
fuck?
then it was. So he like comes over and like everyone's like, "Holy fuck!" And then it was like I have witnesses, so this is all true. You know what I mean? It's like. So like Pigsty and Ellipsis are all there, and they're like, you know what I mean? We're talking about his shows, and like he was talking about being Boba Fett and some shit coming up, and then one of my buddy, this guy I know, showed him a Boba Fett tattoo. We're all like, oh, it's crazy, and then him and Pigsty were talking about native movies and like hugging it out and shit, and then he like got in. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go in there. I'll see you in there, and then he like got into like the VIP line or whatever, and then we're all just kind of like standing there looking at each other, and then he like. Well, he's in the VIP line. He turns around, like looks at me, and he's like, just like, "SPARKA, man, like I love you, man. Fuck, like, just like professing his love in front of everyone. Everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, but then I'm like, that's because I fucking said fucking giving hugs and spreading love like for fucking 5 years on every video. That's why. That's why that guy loves me. He doesn't even gotta fucking know me. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's like real shit. And it was real. Like someone tried to just say it was coincidence, but it was like he was on some show that day, and like my one of my good homies' sons was like his grip or whatever, and he was talking about going to like the King of the Dot show to fucking go meet me and shit.
It's crazy, man. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's like that's one of the weirdest like things, like, you know what I mean, that happened for him. But that was like one of the things, like I'm like I see that guy and I see like he's trying to save the ocean. He's like a fucking amazing father. He's like a fucking, that's why, you know what I mean? He knows I'm like a good human that wants to make the fucking earth a better place. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and that's why it's like that's the shit that makes me like I'm doing the right things. You know what I mean? Like one of the biggest stars on fucking earth fucks with me. You know what I mean? It's like I just got to get everybody else. You know what I mean, right?
I love it, man. That's
But that
an
was like, yeah,
amazing
that was a
story.
heavy fucking, that was a cool thing, man. Like,
Definitely.
and now I have I have a Pez dispenser that's Aquaman, right? And I call it a Prez dispenser, and I have this like little thing of Trump, and like, so it has like a dick stuffed in Trump's mouth, and then it's like it looks like Aquaman's like feeding him fucking Trump the dick or whatever. And I call it the Prez dispenser.
Love it.
Yeah, pretty like, you know what I mean. We got some like fucking fucked up art around here. I'm actually making like a Trump thing with like dicks and shit that I'm gonna like an art series I'm gonna sell pretty quick here.
Nice. I like
Just
that,
like
man.
super making fun, you know what I mean? Like for him, I feel like I feel like he's Dr. Evil and I'm fucking Austin Powers, you know what I'm saying?
I love
So
that comparison as well.
we gotta
That's
take
amazing.
his ass out. This love, baby.
I
It's still
love it.
like I always say, it's like love's the fucking greatest power in the universe. Like it's like everything everyone does is like fueled by, you know what I mean? Even the bad shit's fueled by love.
I get that, man, and I love it. But
Yeah.
I mean, Sparker, it's been amazing to talk to you, man. I appreciate you
Yeah,
taking
man.
the
I
time to come
ramble
on.
on, but you know, I wish I let you get in more. But I guess you're doing the interviewing, right? No. So we're good.
It's not about me, man. It's all about the guests
Yeah,
anyway. But
man.
no,
Okay,
I've
cool.
really
Well,
enjoyed it,
send
man.
me the link and everything. I'm gonna get some listens here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get it uploaded within the next hour, to be honest, because I've not got many kind of guests outside of the UK coming up at the moment in the next few days in terms of being released. So I want to I'm trying to get an episode every day out at the moment, just as it's It gives
Savage.
people stuff to do. But
Are you locked in or
yeah, we're on full lockdown at the moment. We're only allowed
full
out the
lockdown?
house for
Yeah.
an hour a day.
You're only allowed out of the house an hour a day?
Yeah,
That's crazy. The prime minister got it too, eh?
yeah,
But I guess
yeah.
it's a little bit like refreshing that, you know what I mean? You can see someone that, you know what I mean, get it and survive. You know what I mean? It's like now he's like back to work.
I mean, the biggest shame of it all is the fact that he is back to work, unfortunately. But yeah,
Oh yeah. He should still be distancing a bit, eh?
definitely. Yeah, the
Or at
guy's a
least wearing
fucking moron.
wearing a mask and shit, right?
Wow. I
You can
mean,
you can talk with a mask.
yeah, just having to hear him speak again is annoying enough, to be honest. The guy.
Yeah. See, I don't know. He's like, yeah. See, I don't see it as much. I see the American politics so much more, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And that
Yeah,
shit's frustrating as fuck. Like Trump's the dumbest motherfucker on earth, I swear.
yeah, Boris Johnson's kind of like Trump's
He
equally as
is?
dumb twin, so it's
Oh yeah, okay. He's a piece of shit too. Yeah.
yeah,
I think they all are though, both sides, you know?
yeah, I do
Like
agree.
politicians ain't been doing the human race any favors for a long time.
No, the guy that was kind of up against Boris Johnson was about as good as a politician gets.
Yeah, like a Bernie kind of thing.
Yeah, a guy called Jeremy Corbyn. I was a big believer in him, but unfortunately he didn't get voted in. But
No, yeah. It always seems like that too, and I'm like, I wonder like how honest that shit even is. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because like the last one, like when it was like Hillary and Bernie, it was like she'd get out like 2 or 3 thousand people. He'd have out like 100,000 people would come out, and then she'd still win the fucking vote. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Fucking fucked up.
It's crazy, man. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, Sparker, again, man, it's been amazing to chat to you. So thank you for taking the time to come on.
Yeah,
Um,
my man. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Just
definitely,
like I
man.
said, send the link over and I'll post her up.
Yeah, I'll get that
And
over to you
I'll
in an
holler when I
hour or
got some
so.
Love Force merch, baby.
Definitely, I'll be buying one of those.
My man. Have a great
Appreciate it,
day,
man.
man.
You too. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Peace, man.